Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tupelo regular city council meeting of November the 17th. I feel like I first need to explain why I am here tonight instead of Mike Ryan, but we don't know where Mike is. So if y'all do see him wandering around somewhere, please tell him that he's supposed to be in here. At this time, I'd like for us to stand for the invocation, and I'm going to ask Travis Beard to do this. And remain standing, I'm going to ask Marshall Whittington to lead us in our pledge. Travis.
Lord, we come to you just say thank you for giving us this day. Thank you for our city. Thank you for the leaders of our city. And Lord, I ask you to be with our mayor and strengthen him and guide him. That we'd be in accordance to your will and help this council, that we would work for the improvement of our city and we would do just what you would have to be best for us. Lord, help our nation. Help us during this Thanksgiving season to be thankful, Lord, that we live in America. Amen.
Thank you, Travis.
Face the flag. Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll now call this meeting to order, and I would call on Lynn Bryan for a confirmation or amendment to the agenda and the agenda order.
I'd like to make it a motion to confirm the agenda and agenda order with the following exceptions. Add the small business proclamation and delete item 10.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Bryan and a second by Willie Jennings. All in favor? None opposed. That motion passed. We'll go to proclamations, recognitions, and reports agenda, beginning with proclamations. Mayor Shelton.
Thank you, President Palmer. The Hunger and Homelessness Awareness, Hannah, Jason, please. At this time, on behalf of the council, administration, and city of Tupelo, it's my honor to issue the following proclamation for National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week. Whereas for over 25 years, the National Coalition for the Homeless and National Student Campaign Against Hunger and Homelessness have sponsored National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week, and the purpose of the proclamation is to educate the public about the many reasons people are hungry and homeless, including the shortage of affordable housing here in Tupelo, Mississippi for very low-income residents, and to encourage support for homeless assistance service providers as well as community service opportunities for students and school service organizations. Whereas there are many organizations committed to sheltering and providing supportive services as well as meals and food supplies to people experiencing homelessness, including the Salvation Army, Saints Brew, the Tupelo-Lee County Hunger Coalition, multiple food banks, as well as many others in Tupelo and the surrounding areas. And whereas the Mayor's Homeless Task Force recognizes that hunger and homelessness continues to be a serious problem for many individuals and families here in Tupelo. Whereas the intent of National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week is consistent with the activities of the Salvation Army and the Mississippi United to End Homelessness, MUTE. Therefore, on behalf of the city of Tupelo, I hereby proclaim November 15th through 22nd, 2020 as National Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Week in the city of Tupelo, and encourage all citizens to recognize that many people do not have housing and need support from citizens, private, and public nonprofit entities. This is the 17th day of November, 2020. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just briefly, I'd like to share a couple of things with you. Thank you on behalf of the Hunger Coalition, the community, the Tupelo Homelessness Task Force, all of the groups that we work with. We work tirelessly to raise up the level of awareness, but we also work tirelessly to provide assistance in every place that we can. And just a brief stat to carry with you into the next few days as you go into Thanksgiving, give us an extra opportunity to be thankful for everything that we do have, and just be reminded that since the instance of COVID has hit, our food insecurity rate in our community, right here in Lee County, has risen to over 20%. We lost 6 years of progress in a matter of moments. And so 20% of our community is food insecure. I'd like to let Hannah speak a word real quick.
Yes. Thank you so much. I will just echo what Jason has said. The COVID-19 pandemic has really affected homelessness and hunger in the same way. We had reduced homelessness here in Tupelo within the last 3 years by 42%. That 42% is now gone. So that 42% decrease is now gone. So we've gone up in our numbers over the last couple of months. But like Jason said, we're working diligently to address not only homelessness, but the effects that COVID has on the entire family, which can be hunger, healthcare, everything like that. So thank you, Mayor, for your support. Thank you, City Council, for your support. And just know that we're out here trying to solve hunger and homelessness as best we can. Thank you.
Another proclamation, Mayor.
Thank you, President Palmer. For the Small Business Saturday proclamation, would ask one of the owners and operators of the Barnes Crossing campground, Mr. Johnny Timmons, please come join. This time, on behalf of the council, the administration, and city of Tupelo, it's my honor to issue the following proclamation for Small Business Saturday. Whereas the government of Tupelo, Mississippi celebrates our local businesses and the contributions that they make to our local economy and community, according to the United States Small Business Administration, there are 30.7 million small businesses in the United States, and they represent 99.7% of all firms with paid employees in the United States and are responsible for 64.9% of net new jobs created from the year 2000 to 2018. And small businesses employ 47.3% of the employees in the private sector in the United States. 62% of small businesses reported that they need to see consumer spending return to pre-COVID levels by the end of 2020 in order to stay in business. 65% of U.S. small business owners said it would be most helpful for their business to have their regulars return and start making purchases again. And 3/4 of U.S. consumers are currently looking for ways to shop small and support their community. Whereas 96% of consumers who shopped on Small Business Saturday agree that shopping at small, independently owned businesses support their commitment to making purchases and have a positive social, economic, and environmental impact, and 97% of consumers who shopped on Small Business Saturday agree that the small businesses are essential to their community. Whereas Tupelo, Mississippi supports our local businesses that create jobs, boost our local economy, and preserve our community. And whereas advocacy groups, as well as public and private organizations across the country, have endorsed the Saturday after Thanksgiving as Small Business Saturday, therefore, on behalf of the city of Tupelo, I do hereby proclaim Saturday, November 28, 2020, as Small Business Saturday, and encourage the residents of our community and communities across the county to support small businesses and merchants on small business on this day and all throughout the year. This is the 17th day of November, 2020.
Johnny ain't gonna say nothing.
I forgot to ask, do we have the light display this year or Christmas light?
John, you know, the Christmas lights.
We have Christmas lights too?
Oh, yes.
We'll have,
Thank you, Mayor. I don't see any more Girl Scouts here tonight, so will be no recognitions tonight. And we'll now go into employee recognitions.
there are none.
There are none. At this time, we'll go through public recognitions, and I'll begin with Mr. Willie Jennings.
Yes, sir, Mr. Palmer. I would just like to say to our citizens in Tupelo that wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving and a safe Thanksgiving. Please wear a mask around your local family, around your local small gathering, because that's where the highest number, they say, is rising in small numbers. So I want to encourage everyone to have a safe and happy holiday, Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Willie. Lynn?
I got two things. The first is our homeless situation in the city is getting out of hand. I know that COVID's brought it on and all this other stuff, but we're going to have to start taking some aggressive measures or whatever. Our numbers are up, and they're not just homeless people that are begging for a drink or a little handout. These folks are aggressive, and it's basically a shakedown if you get into a group of them. It's starting to affect some property values. I know somebody's got a building they can't sell because the homeless people congregate close to it waiting on a free meal. They're leaving a trail of theft, trash, drug paraphernalia, and human waste wherever they go, and that's basically is a travel corridor between All Saints Episcopal Church and the Salvation Army. So you can pick any trail that goes in between there, and that's what you're going to find. And frankly, the citizens have basically had enough. If you live in any one of those areas or in that corridor, you've got to deal with it on an everyday basis. We need to, I don't know what the answer is, but we've hired MUTA to help us get this under, to help us manage our homeless people. And if they're not able to do this, then we need to look into a different direction, whether it be more police action or what. But something's got to happen. I mean, they burned a trailer down on city property the other day. We had to run them off. Basically a dump truck full of garbage and stuff like that. And the citizens of Tupelo just had enough of it. We need to handle it. We need to take care of it, and it doesn't need to be wait around to the next administration. It needs to be handled now. The other thing is, on a lighter note, I'd like to congratulate my good friend Carlos Brown on becoming a captain in the Tupelo Fire Department. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Thank you, Councilman Bryan. Travis?
I don't have anything.
Ms. Nettie?
I just, as Mr. Jennings said, like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. This has been a trying year for us. 220 will go down in history in all type of ways, but if we can just be with our families and protect our families during this time and don't eat too much, cook too much, because we usually indulge in eating a lot during Thanksgiving. So I pray that all families will be safe and have a great Thanksgiving and prepare for our birthday of our Savior Jesus Christ at the end of the year.
Thank you, Ms. Nettie. I would like to congratulate Alex Barnett and the Veterans Park for the wonderful service that we had Veterans Day. It was a little bit iffy about rain and all, but it all moved out. We had a great speaker. The service went beautifully well, and I thought it was a great event. The second part of this is my wife is always up here at this time of year to do this complaint-free Wednesday. And that is right before Thanksgiving. And of course, we've gone through a little bit of a tough year this year, but there's still many things that we need to be thankful for. So we need to remember that is to not complain so much the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. However, I will say she's been complaining that she didn't get to come up here, so I'm gonna have to talk to her about that. So I appreciate that. All right, Mayor, it's showtime.
I don't know how to follow that. You mentioned Veterans Day. Part of the reason for the success of that was wonderful MC President Palmer did an outstanding job. Alex, Veterans Council, everybody did a great job. Certainly appreciate them. Did the proclamation for Small Business Saturday already, but want to just mention that Tupelo is one of 800 cities across the nation participating in that, and that's something that we're proud to do each year. While the representatives were not here, we also proclaimed National Hospice Month for this month. Ms. Marcia Baker picked up that proclamation. Was not able to attend the council meeting. Several of the council members mentioned Thanksgiving. Just wanted to remind everybody, particularly watching at home, that City Hall, city buildings and services will be closed on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, and Friday the 27th, in accordance with Governor Reeves' executive order and municipal action that day. So we'll reopen business as usual the following Monday. Just another reminder on COVID. Governor Reeves has extended the mask order and different things with Lee County until December 11th. So the cities, of course, would mirror that. The face mask, hand washing, social distancing is just imperative. The COVID Economic Recovery Task Force has been really in high gear in the last week or so. We will be rolling out the task force in conjunction with CVB, and the administration will be rolling out kind of an advertising and promotional campaign. So we have, the numbers are horrible for our area, across the state, across the nation. This is a situation that's getting worse, not better. If you're following the number of cases, the deaths, the hospitalizations, the availability of ICU beds, and that's while there's some promise, both, I forget the company's name, Pfizer, and I think Moderna, maybe, whatever the company's names are, there's some promising vaccination trials going on out there, but that's not going to help us right now. So I know we're getting into Thanksgiving holidays, but may need a council work session in the next week or two to address some of the issues, the gatherings that are taking place in town right now that they're already in violation of the governor's order, in violation of the local order. It's probably time that we may have to put some more teeth behind those ordinances and look at other measures to get compliance with the safety precautions. So I just wanted to mention that. We'll follow up, but again, we've all got to take COVID seriously and continue to be mindful of that. In conclusion, special day. My little boy William, today is his 3-month birthday. I don't know if we're going to have a birthday party. I'll find out when we get home, but wanted the minutes to reflect it's William's birthday. That would conclude the mayor's report at this time.
Thank you very much, Mayor. At this time, we'll close the regular meeting and open the public agenda. Under public agenda, there's a title Public Hearings. Number 2, in the matter of demolition. The properties that will be looked at for demolition are 334 Lake Street, 518 Maple Street, 901 North Madison, 1417 North Madison, 2499 Shelton Drive, and 2524 Shelton Drive. So at this time, if there's anyone that would like to speak to any of these properties under appeals or citizens hearing, raise your hand and we'll get this started. Okay, if you will, just come to the podium, give your name and your address, and you'll have 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
My name is Mark Scales. I have a resident there at 334 Lake Street, which I think is in the process of being demolished. And I'm trying to do everything that I can to prevent that from happening. I've had some issues with some of the city inspectors there, which they gave a lot of time of 6 months to repair my home. But there's other issues, financial issues that occurred within that period of time. And I would love to ask the board to extend more time for me to repair that, to repair my home there. I have some pictures that I have already, based on what the city have sent me, I've repaired some of those issues, but there's some affected areas, a portion to the roof that needed to be more looked at and more considered for that to be repaired. And I'm willing to extend, I'd like the board to extend me a little bit more time to get that repaired. The house is very well stabilized. It's a good condition house. It's not falling in, it's not weak at any point at all. My roof situation can be repaired. There's about maybe 14 to 20 rafters that could be replaced. I went up in the roof there, and I've been on top of the roof and walked all on the roof there, and I've supported the roof as much as I could. The reason I'm at this point of demolishment is because of my house caught fire about a year ago. And I had a situation where I was burning wood in my fireplace, and the flute inside the wall caught a fire. And it caused my living room and my kitchen catch a fire. So I'm trying to it sat there for about several months to a year because I had some health issues involved, the reason why I couldn't get on it immediately. And so now the city wrote me several letters there for me to respond, and I didn't realize my letters that was coming to my house, my wife had sent me a letter. Well, she didn't send me a letter, but she had signed a letter that I never did see. And I think for some reason, I happened to look at my mailbox, and 334 Lake Street, and there was a letter from the city. And when I got that letter, I responded to it immediately, and I went through the process of 2 or 3 months with the city with trying to prevent them from tearing my house down. So if I could, I know the holidays is coming up, Thanksgiving is coming up, and Christmas is coming. I know it's going to be sort of a financial issue and delay on a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But if y'all could consider another maybe 60 days, let me get that repaired. And I really, really appreciate it if you could consider that. And I would like to set up a meeting with someone and discuss it again, or come back at another time next week or two and discuss more of an opportunity to get it taken care of. And I know I haven't been following the guidelines with some of the city inspectors there, and I know we all contractors. I'm a contractor myself, and I know how important it is and how, the process of things we need to do. Materials have gone up, have delayed a lot of my issues too. OSB board was $11 at one time, now it's $25, so the increase of cost of everything has gone up. So if we can consider, and if y'all can consider me at taking a little bit more time on working on the property, I really would appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Any of the council have any questions of Mark? Thank you very much.
Mayor.
Yes.
We're just going to, yes.
I'm sorry.
Donna, Pat, if somebody can talk to him, and then we'll follow up.
But this will come up later in the
Yes,
session.
it is.
Also have some, if I'd like to, jump in front of anybody here just a minute. I have some pictures here I'd like to show you all, if that's okay. Is that all right for me to present it to you? So y'all can look and see what we were looking at?
Without any objection, I would allow that.
Here's my property there. And based on probably some of the pictures that you may have had from what the city have already given you, on some of the improvements that were being made to the property, based on property, like I said, y'all may have already had some old pictures that the city may have already given you.
But it's going to take a little time. Can we look at those while we move on through the schedule?
Sure.
Yes, pass them
Right.
around.
Thank you, Mark. Pat, you need to address this at all?
Yes, we believe that there's been enough time for the work to be done, if it was going to be done correctly. Mr. Scales did some work on the property, but he was specifically directed to remove the fire damaged rafters. He chose not to do that. He chose to try to cover that up. And when we came back and inspected it, we found that work had not been done. There was time to do it. There was opportunity to do it. He did not do it.
Thank you very much, Pat. Do we have anyone else here that would like to speak to any of these properties that I mentioned?
Got one back, another.
Okay, will you come forward? I would ask you to state your name and your address, and you'll have 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. My name is David Tudor. I'm the owner of 2524 Shelton Drive and 2499 Shelton Drive. We received one letter on these properties back in May. We had a couple of unfortunate accidents that happened. We had a visitor at one of our tenants' property. Their vehicle actually caught on fire. When their vehicle caught on fire, it caught the side of one of our homes on fire. So we tarped it up to keep from any children getting hurt or any more materials flying off or anything. So we tarped it off. And the second instance was on the other property. We had someone else's live oak tree to fall during one of the storms this year and hit the corner of the property. We did the same thing. We tarped it up in hopes to try to find a contractor during this year. As y'all know, with the COVID and the lockdowns that we've had, it's been very difficult to find these people to help get these damages repaired. We were able to find a contractor that did the repairs on the mobile home that had the burned side. Y'all may have the picture of that in front of you. So we got that all repaired and it's up and going, and now we've got a statement from another contractor that is willing to start working on the second project to get it finished. These properties are not they don't need to be demoed or anything. We just had a couple of unfortunate accidents. We keep our properties up well. Just spent $42,000 on roofs out there in the last 3 weeks. So this is not something we're neglecting or anything of that nature. It's just a simple thing of having difficult times trying to find help to get the repairs done. And also, I'd wish y'all to take a look at it and extend us just a couple of 3 more weeks to finish the other one up, and then we'll be done with it. Once we got the first letter, we only got one letter. This was the second letter. We contacted the inspector and told them that we were trying to find help to get the repairs made. They said okay, and then we received the next one that we need to show up here tonight. So we feel we've been diligently trying to get the repairs made, and we would hope that y'all consider us to finish the second one and be done with that one.
Thank you, sir. Any questions from the council?
I'm gonna hold my question until we get into the question.
Which one of the properties is he speaking about?
2499 Shelton Drive and 2524 Shelton Drive.
Okay.
Pat, would you like to respond? Donna?
Do we need to wait until we get down into the?
I don't know what's protocol
I think we
on
can
this.
do
We do it either way.
Okay. Donna, if you'd like to respond?
I'm not aware of any communication regarding these properties or any of the inspectors that have received communication with either one of these properties. They are both severely damaged, and if there's been work done, we're not aware of it. We've not had a building permit or anything issued on these properties, so that's kind of the extent of that on these two.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you. At this time, we will nothing on the action agenda, we'll go to the routine agenda.
Mr. Chairman.
I'm sorry?
We received a letter this afternoon by hand delivery and also by email regarding 518 Maple. and we would, in being courteous to the property owner and to his attorney, would like that. And also Mr., I'm sorry, Greg, the first gentleman that spoke, those pictures to be added to the record for tonight.
Okay. Thank you. We have no items on the action agenda. We'll go to the routine agenda. Item 3, in the matter of minutes, November the 3rd, 2020.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of November the 3rd, 2020.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. Jennings, a second by Mr. Bryan. All in favor, raise your hand. None opposed. Thank you. Number 4, in the matter of bill pay.
Move that we pay the bill.
Second.
We have a motion by Travis Beard, a second by Mr. Bryan. The bills today were paid by and under the watchful eye of Miss Tracy, Marco Whittington, Nettie Davis, Travis Beard, and yours truly. All in favor of paying the bills? Thank you very much. So that matter is passed. Number 5, in the matter of advertising and promotional items.
Is there anything?
We do have some, we have a Northeast Mississippi Daily Journal bill for $1,278, Tupelo Reads virtual event.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second?
We have a motion by Marco Whittington, a second by Mr. Jennings. All in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you very much. In the item number 6, in the matter of RFP, a request for proposal for payroll professional services.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion by Marco Whittington and a double second by Lynn Bryan and Miss Nettie Davis. Kim Hannah, is she here? Who? Miss Kizzy, would you like to give us a rundown on this, please?
Our payroll service, we're just asking for a payroll service because our payroll position has been open for a year. We've had somewhat of a challenge trying to secure a qualified candidate. It is our suggestion that outsourcing it would be the best option, as most of our candidates that we receive are using outside services. So we think that overall, it would be our best option moving forward, and we would be able to secure someone to hold that position.
And you have chosen ADP?
ADP is our choice. We did an RFP. We had 4 people, 4 different services to send in proposals. 2 of them were just want to process our payroll. We really want a full service product. The other option was Kronos. Kronos just went through a merger with another software provider, so that was the part of the reason why we excluded them, and that left ADP.
Any questions for Ms. Kizzy, council?
Ms. Kidd, I think y'all mentioned it before. If we approve this, when would they look at starting this service?
If the council approves the RFP, ADP has a task force waiting to implement us. It will take 12 to 16 weeks to fully implement. We hope to be fully processing payroll and using their full service by the 1st of March.
So you're expecting to hire this other person during this time?
I'm not sure about that.
Is that what y'all may be considering?
We're considering we will have to hire another person. That's not an option. But the issue would be, to answer your question directly, implementation takes time. And I don't know that we want to hire somebody and try to train them in the process of implementation.
So you're more likely to wait until after then?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor? That is unanimous. Thank you very much, Kizzy. Item number 7, in the matter of an RFP, request for proposal for city audit.
I move that we approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Travis Spear, a second by Ms. Nettie. I'm going to go with, Mayor, you want to do this, or Ben?
Kim?
Basically, we have a city audit every year, and I think I'm correct. I think Don Lewis was a part of this. I'm not sure who all was here. Kim Hannon was certainly in charge of this, and we had 2 of our councilmen. I think Willie was here and Marco was here. And Kim told us that the people who entered proposals, everybody was just right on key. They had everything going on together and all that. However, the Gerald firm, which has done our audits for many years before, was a low bidder. And so they chose the Gerald firm. Am I correct on that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor? That is unanimous. Thank you very much. Number 8, in the matter of online bidding vendor.
So moved.
Do I have a second? We have a motion by Councilman Lynn Bryan, a second by Councilman Whittington. Ben?
President Palmer, or Acting President Palmer, we have an order that we finalized this afternoon. Had a draft yesterday. This adds as one of the companies that we can use for electronic bidding and reverse auction services, the company Plan House Enterprises. They have their offices here in Tupelo and I guess a couple of other places in the state, but their primary office is here. And they can do the same thing as the state-approved electronic bidding and reverse auction service providers that were selected by the Department of Finance and Administration. We would like this as another option to do our electronic bidding and reverse auctions.
Thank you. Any discussion, further discussion? All in favor of this motion? That's unanimous. Thank you very much. We're now going to number 9 in the matter of hometown retirement program resolution.
I move that we would approve the hometown retirement program resolution.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Davis. We have a second by Coach Beard. Mr. Lewis.
President, I appreciate it. This is a basic renewal of our hometown retirement program. We have to go through this certification renewal every 3 years. We have attached the copy of the program that we are using to promote Hometown Tupelo. I know Ms. Nettie talked about it yesterday with it's been hard to reach out and do this type of recruiting and go to conferences I know we continue to talk about COVID, but it has been a restriction on us. But this is a budgeted item, and I request your approval.
Any further discussion or questions?
I'm just happy that we are getting this program back active. We are one of the cities that have the special retirement program, and I think the retirement group is very important. So I'm happy to see us getting this going back fully so that we can involve the retirement citizens of this city.
Thank you, Ms. Nettie. All in favor? Motion passed unanimously. Number 10 has been deleted, so we'll go to number 11 in the matter of approval of an ordinance to enact an annual 2% water rate increase.
Make a motion. Approve. Second.
We have a motion by Travis Beard, a second by Marco Whittington. The Honorable Johnny Timmons.
Thank you, Mr. Palmer.
You're welcome.
If the council remembers back at the first year administration, I came to you with a water sewer increase for the water department. And the board chose and voted to do it 2% increments over your 4 years. This will be the last of those rate effects, and this one goes in effect as of January 1.
I might add that these are very nominal increases. I think you checked out 2 areas, and I think it goes up like 44 cents a month, and then on one it's like 85 cents. So it's a very nominal increase, and that keeps our water in good shape and all of that.
Yes, sir. Actually, that spreadsheet, you've got, the first one is a minimum bill of maybe a 2-family, and then the last one there would be a family of 4. So to kind of give you an idea of what that is.
Johnny, we passed him about a month ago, or 2 months ago. What was that,
That was the water district, the wholesale rate, which we have no control over the district. That's where our actual water comes from, the Tenzon River.
So this 2%, what would it be? Are you looking at doing another increase? Is this, are we going to do this every year?
No, sir. This would be the last of your administration. I cannot roll it over into a new administration until a new board comes on. So
you plan on doing another one sometime after that comes in?
Not at this time.
I mean, at least be a year though.
Oh, yeah, but right now, this here should take care of the water sewer.
Okay.
Any other discussion or questions? All in favor? That'll be unanimous. Thank you very much. Item 12, in the matter of planning committee minutes, and let me just say this, the action on these minutes should include all items except item 2, which is a rezoning, which will be presented separately, and the item is on the study agenda for today. So, anybody
Make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Whittington, a second by Mr. Beard. Any discussion or questions about this planning committee minutes? All in favor? That's a unanimous. Thank you. Number 13, in the matter of demolition.
Make a motion, we approve the demolition.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Whittington, a second by Mr. Beard. Is there any discussion at all?
I want to add something.
Yes, Ms. Nettie.
In this group of houses, if for some reason one of the people who own some of these properties can bring that up to code within a few days, is there any way that we can, as we vote for it, but is there any way we can give them the opportunity to try to make corrections? Is there any way that you could do that?
Any opinions about this, Council?
Well, I'm of the opinion that it took so long to get to this point where it's even in front of us that we should not give in any exceptions. The owners can go back to Pat and his staff and see if they can work through some of these issues they have. And if they can't work through the issue, then the house gets demolished. If they're able to work through the issue, then Pat they can bring it back to the council and say, we want this house removed because they were able to get it repaired. Does that make sense?
It does. Actually, you're putting it in the department it should be in.
That's correct.
Mr. Witt?
Yeah, I got on 2 wellers. One, the 2 gentlemen came up. First one is 334 Lake Street. That's a lot of pictures to look at, but I'm a property owner myself. I always like to give folks opportunity as long as they showing great progress, not just a little here and a little there. I know the lumber material is skyrocketed, so many things in now, but I agree with what Mr. Bryant was saying too. But we can't just stop and not do anything. I feel like if a person really trying and working with the planning department and they're agreeing on some progress, but not just stop whenever you want to. I'm not saying you're doing that, but my personal opinion, my vote would be if y'all can work something out, as long as they're showing progress. Now, if you're not showing no progress, if they give you 30 days, whatever the day they give you, and if you ain't showing no progress, I would say go ahead and demo, because you can't drag it out year after year. So I know things are tough now, but my vote would be to consider giving you a chance to. And I heard you with some of the stuff I think you slacked up on, and then you came back. But these guys are out to do their job, and they're trying to do it effective as they can, so I appreciate that. And the other gentleman, the two houses on Shelby Street, I believe, you said that if Pat or one will come to, I got a question I want to ask, because I think it was something, a miscommunication there. Y'all saying that y'all got a letter, and they saying you hadn't sent out anything. So I would like somebody to clarify that up.
You want me to come up?
No, planning department. Have they gotten any, have y'all sent out anything to them?
Yes, sir. We mailed letters, and we also mailed the hearing notice for tonight. But we have not issued a building permit on these properties.
Oh, building permit.
So, and in order to do that kind of work, because I mean, the roofs are gone, these properties are almost half gone based on the damage. He said it's fire damage. I was under the original storm damage from over a year ago. I'm not certain of that, but there have been no building permit issues. We have not done any inspections on these properties,
So what you're saying, you hadn't issued one because you're not going to issue one?
we haven't issued one because we haven't seen any application for a building.
Oh, okay.
We had no communication at all.
So what would they need to do now is come before you and get a permit?
Yes, sir, due to the age of the trailers and the things that they've been in for so long, I don't know that a building permit can even be issued on the trailers. They've been in disrepair for over 6 months, which our ordinances don't allow for.
I guess I'm trying to get to, don't y'all supposed to go out and look at the property?
Yes, sir, and there were letters sent out from our department. I believe there's, in May, we sent out the letters from the code.
Okay. It's the same thing will fall under them to me. If y'all y'all feel like, y'all just need to have that, clarify that up. If you don't feel like it's a use to issuing a permit, then it's dead in the water. But that needs to be clarified up with the complaints to do that. Yes, and I should have asked the planner to actually come to the mic because.
Okay, Willie, let me ask this, council, is it appropriate to go back into this?
Yeah.
Well, I'm asking him.
I'm just asking, yeah, but I'm.
If there are questions that any of the council needs to ask the owner or the Development Services Department,
Okay.
that would be allowed.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman.
So let me ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
Have you been to the planning department to
No,
get a
sir.
permit
I didn't know I had to have one.
until tonight? You
No,
knew
sir, didn't know.
that.
I've gotten one letter, and we contacted their inspector, told him we were trying to find someone to do the damage, to fix the damages. They said, okay. That's only communication that there's been on these properties.
So that's how they knew that the property was in the condition when you.
Yes, sir, because I got one letter on it, and we contacted them. Now, I didn't contact Mr. Faulkner or this other lady, but we contacted Jeremy and told him the situation. Now, I've got 40 mobile homes in this area. I'm not gonna let this area go down. And we had 2 unfortunate accidents, and we've already repaired one of them. It's fine. We didn't know we had to get a permit to do it, but if we need to get a permit to finish the other one, then we're glad.
What did you spend the $42,000 on? Which one of these properties?
It wasn't on either one of these, it was on the whole park. We put new.
Okay, well, I'm only concerned about these two,
Yeah.
and I wrote down $42,000 you said that you had spent. I said, that's
these two I did.
okay.
I was saying
So
in
that's,
that area
yeah.
on that park.
Yeah, we can scrap that. But what I would, Mr. President, I would advise them to clarify that up. At least give him some closure one way or the other. You're not going to issue one and look at it and be done with it, or whichever one.
Thank you, sir.
I think that was a breakdown I had of that.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Mr. James.
Ms. Nettie?
I just want to say, I think the Development and Service Department are doing all of following the procedures that they're supposed to follow. And I think they have documentation of all letters that they have sent to these people who are related to these, connected with these homes. It's just that I know it takes a while to demolish a house. And if a person was sincerely interested in saving their property, if it's not a stop work order, then I could see them getting out there trying to make improvements in their home. But some of us sometimes, just like, I taught school, we have excuse when we're trying to save our own necks, and we come up with these excuses. And I just want to commend the Developmental Service Department for following the right procedures, and as I indicate, they have documentation of all letters that were sent out, whether they received them or not. I think most of them are certified. But I just think if you can save a house and you got the time to make improvements in it, then maybe some consideration could be given to that person.
Thank you, Ms. Nettie. Anyone else?
Yes, in the vein of Ms. Nettie, I believe that our code enforcement department are enforcing to the best of their ability the guidelines that this council approved for them to follow. And I believe and have firsthand knowledge that they will work with anybody that will work with them to save a house, because they hate to see a house torn down in any way. And I believe they've gone the limit as to what they felt like they could do without coming before us with some decision to be made by the council. So if any of these guys are here and are interested in fixing your house, the code department will work with you on that. But we need to see some progress, and I support them, and I support them in their efforts, and I think they're doing a good job on that. I just think we need to see, I know building materials are high. But we can't let a house sit there until they come down, because who knows when that's going to be. So it's just a tough situation that we're in. And, I think that we should support our code enforcement department in that area.
Thank you. Any other comments?
I would like to verify that I do support the code enforcement 100%.
Okay, now what I understand about this, if this motion does pass, there's a period of time to get the demolition underway, isn't it? Like 30 days or something? So I totally agree with what Lynn said. If these owners of this property can go to the code department and work out something, I'm good with it. They know what they're doing, and I'm going to support them too. I'm like you, I think we have one of the best ones there is. So at this time, are y'all ready to vote?
Do it.
All in favor of this motion? That is unanimous. Thank you very much. The next 14 through 25 items has to do with change orders at the Bancorp South Arena and the Conference Center expansion. All of these most of them are due to either weather conditions and or COVID-19, which means there'd be more time left on their contract to do that. I added up all these, and I probably messed it up, but I think all of these that you look at, probably the credits and the charges, it's going to be about a $3,000 credit. So, but I want to welcome you. If you want to go through all of this, we got the main man here, Kevin. He'll answer any and all questions, but we're going through about 10 items right now in just a minute, beginning with item 14, and the matter of change order number 2.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Whittington and a second by Mr. Beard. All in favor?
So there's no questions?
I'm sorry.
To clarify.
No.
So you was telling me don't ask me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Put that in the minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any?
No, I don't have any.
Okay, thank you. Just a minute, my glasses fogged over. Item number 15 in the matter of change order number 2.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Whittington, a second by Travis Beard. Any questions? All in favor? That's unanimous. Item number 16 in the matter of change order number 2, this would be a masonry bid.
I make a motion that we approve this change order number 2, masonry bid.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Willie Jennings, second by Mr. Lynn Bryan. All in favor? Thank you. In the matter of change order number 2, structural steel,
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Whittington, a second by Mr. Jennings. All in favor? Item number 18, in the matter of change order number 2, roofing.
I move that we would approve change order number 2 roofing.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Davis, a second by Mr. Beard. All in favor? That's unanimous. Number 19, in the matter of change order number 2, glass and glazing.
Move we approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Beard, a second by Mr. Whittington. Any questions? All in favor? That's unanimous. Item number 20, in the matter of change order number 2, general works.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Whittington, a second by Mr. Jennings. Any questions? All in favor? Unanimous. Item number 21, in the matter of change order number 2, flooring.
I move that we would approve change order number 2 flooring.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Davis, a second by Mr. Beard. All in favor? Item number 22, in the matter of change order number 2, fire protection.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Whittington, a second by Mr. Beard. Any questions? All in favor? Unanimous. Item number 23, in the matter of change order number 2, mechanical and plumbing.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Jennings, a second by Mr. Whittington. All in favor? Item number 24, in the matter of change order number 2, electrical bid.
I move that we would approve change order number 2 electrical.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Davis, a second by Mr. Beard. Any questions? All in favor? And last, number 25, in the matter of change order number 2, drywall and paint.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Whittington, a second by Mr. Beard. All in favor?
Just for the record,
Yes, sir.
I asked the gentleman when were they gonna have it complete, and I think he said January the 4th. January the 4th for the public, they were gonna complete the Coliseum.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much ahead on that.
For the record,
And,
yeah.
they've done a great job, and it's been managed well by these gentlemen too, so. That ends the regular session. We'll go into the study agenda. S1 in the matter of review planning committee recommendation regarding rezoning.
Move it up.
Move it up.
Move it up.
That item number S1 will be moved up. We'll go to S2 in the matter of an ordinance establishing street improvement priorities for the Tupelo major
Move
thoroughfare.
it up.
Move it up.
Move it up.
Move it up.
That's, Mr. Counselor, do we have a need for executive session?
We do not.
We do not have a meeting.
Move we adjourn.
I make a motion.
We
Second.
have a motion and a second. We are now adjourned, and we appreciate y'all coming. This meeting is over. Thank you.
Great job.